This is the Joe Gaither Show on BamaCentral.com.
Good morning, Tuscaloosa. Good morning, Tuscaloosa, Internet world, West Alabama. How are we doing today on a Monday? It's the Joe Gaither Show on BamaCentral, BamaCentral.com. First Monday of the month. Happy February to you and yours. It's the love month. Fellas, it's February 2nd. You have 12 days to get something in order for you and your significant other. Can't wait to have a great February Super Bowl month. You get a lot, kind of the back half of SEC basketball season. It's great. It's going to be awesome. Isn't the Masters? Masters is the start of March, right? It's the first weekend of March.
That'll be in April.
After March Madness. That's right. Super Bowl, March Madness. Then you have the Masters. So big spring ahead of us, but it's the first day of February. Hope you guys had a great January. It's the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central, BamaCentral.com. You're watching us on the Bama Central YouTube channel. You're listening to us on Apple Podcast, Amazon, Spotify. Theo, I looked this morning. Our average download count went up by one kicker. So somebody else has joined the show, and we appreciate them for subscribing, rating, and reviewing the program. You can find it, as we said, on Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify. The program is live in the Derek Daniel State Farm Studios. You can call Derek for all of your insurance needs at 205-758-3391. Like a good neighbor, Derek Daniel is there. The program is also proudly brought to you by Purple Turtle Roofing. Call Purple Turtle Roofing at 877-787-6635 for all of your roofing needs. Purple Turtle Roofing specializes in residential roofing, commercial roofing, emergency storm repairs, full-on roof replacement, insurance claim support, and more. Theo, tomorrow we're going to have Brax Garrison join us on the program. Brax is going to give us his 5 favorite transfer portal players. So I can't wait to hear from Brax from Purple Turtle Roofing. Call him today. Get him up on your roof for a free roof inspection at 877-787-6635. What we're going to do today is, the sun still came up today. It is a fresh new week. Alabama basketball got their doors blown off down in Gainesville, so we'll talk about that. A 100-77, a 5th consecutive loss to Todd Golden, a 4th time at 100 points, all 5 at 99 or more. So really, really ugly showing for Alabama basketball. We'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about the latest transfer portal addition, the Crimson Tide bringing in another running back. We talked about it last week. Where do we need to bring another body in? Well, they bring another body in the running back room, Khalifa Keith from Parker High School, out of Birmingham. Went to App State, went to Tennessee. I think it went to Tennessee, then App State. Now he is transferring to Tuscaloosa for the 2026 season. So we'll talk about what we see in Khalifa Keith as well. We'll take your voicemails at 205-462-7340, extension 800. I do have a voicemail in the tank. Robert from Brookwood, appreciate your call. I haven't looked at the transcript yet, so I'm not sure what his call is on. Maybe he likes the offensive line stuff. He likes effort on the basketball floor, so I'm sure he's pretty upset about what he saw yesterday. He likes Alabama baseball, so Theo, maybe you can help him out with some of that. So we'll find out what Robert has to say on the voicemail line at 205-462-7340, extension 800 here in just a little bit. That's the setup for the show. Hope you're all doing well. Good morning, Theo. Follow Theo Fernandez at Theo Fernandez _. Good morning, Theo. How we doing?
I'm doing great, Joe. Good weekend. A lot going on and ready to go.
Good weekend. What'd you do?
I was anchoring over at WVUA. Again, I've gotten more opportunities there, getting to continue to gain some on-air reps and speak to the great people of West Alabama. And they were not very happy with the newscast I delivered on Sunday when, first of all, coming into the day, we thought we were going to do lead off the show with just talking all basketball. And then, when LSU women's basketball beats you by 40, and then Florida drops 100 on you. Yeah, there's not much to talk about there. So I kind of just tried to give the highlights of the game, get through it, get out of it, and hopefully get it off the people's mind because nobody wants to dwell on a game like that, man.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, no. Saturday, weird day, fun day. I sat around and I watched the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble over from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's kind of yeah, exactly. That's where I want to go. It starts basically WrestleMania season starts with Royal Rumble, and so for the next couple of months we'll be in WrestleMania season. But the reason we're bringing it up right here on the show is former Alabama SEC champion Obafemi came out with the number one slot. If you're not familiar with the Royal Rumble because you're not a wrestling fan, that's A-OK. 30 men go into the ring one after another, and you got to throw them over the top rope to eliminate them. Well, Obafemi, Alabama's own, goes in at number one, which is basically like the gauntlet spot. You've got to go through all 29 guys if you're going to win the match. Unfortunately, Obafemi did not win the match. Oba eliminated 5 guys, tied for the most eliminations in the Royal Rumble, tied with the winner, Roman Reigns. Everybody all familiar with Roman Reigns. Roman came in at like 24, 22. So he got a really good draw. Yeah, exactly. Cupcake draw when everybody was already tired. And I'm pretty sure Roman Reigns came in after Obafemi was thrown over the top rope by Brock Lesnar. And I believe they're going to set up a Brock Lesnar Obafemi WrestleMania match. And you can sign me up for that right now. But Oba looked good. Oba looked good. He was in there. He was throwing it like for a minute. It was one after another. They had a twist at the beginning of the match, and somebody got attacked. Number 2 got attacked on his way to the ring. So when number 2 got rolled into the ring, Oba just tossed him right out. And from there, it was 1, 2, 3. He ended up getting like 4 or 5 in a row, just straight. Hey, you're in the ring. I am throwing you right over. You're out of this match. So he looked as dominant as he has looked on NXT, the minor league brand, basically. And obviously it is all scripted, but he looked like a problem. Looked like the man, like somebody I didn't want to run into.
Joe, is Logan Paul like an official WWE? What was going on there? Why was he involved?
Oh, he's like a full timer.
Really?
He's like a full timer for the last like couple years now. And this was the 3rd or 4th year in a row that he made the Final Four of the Royal Rumble. Now, part of that is because of his viral appeal. They kind of, like I said, it's scripted, so you got to get the right guys towards the end and make a big moment. But yeah, he's a full timer.
All right, yeah, I was confused by that because obviously now I watched Travis Scott doing his thing there a few months ago. Like, I didn't realize Logan Paul was a real.
Yeah, Travis Scott, total grifter with that. He came in for one event. He punched one of the big wrestlers and like actually punched him and busted his eardrum. And he was supposed to do an event like a month or 2 later. Like it was supposed to be set up for the next month event, and totally, oh, my schedule, I don't want to. I'm not committed. And so they punted on all that. Travis Scott. Fiend. That is the most annoying song in the world.
It is. I like Travis Scott, or I liked his music a lot growing up. Fiend, that's not a song there that should be played in any capacity. I ran the Obafemi highlights at WVU.
That's why I brought it up, since you brought up your anchoring. Yeah.
Now, I got pretty good feedback from my weekend shows, and then on the WWE, on the Obafemi highlights, the note given by my very good news director was theater, not sports. L. Did not appreciate WWE being shown on our sports block.
Well, it's a mix for sure. It's a mix. I mean, if theater is appropriate, that's fine. But it's definitely a mix. I mean, it's live acting with stunts. It's stunt manning. It's live stunt manning, and don't hurt the other stunt men, but make it look like it hurts the other stunt men.
And I still both Gary Harris approved it. He wanted it ran, and I'm like, yeah, this is a 2-time Alabama SEC shot put champion here that we're talking about.
Exactly.
I showed photos of him with Bama, so I had no problem with it.
Now, since we have very loyal listeners, you know why Gary Harris, his nickname is the Kid, right?
No, I don't know this.
Because that was his wrestling name. Back in the day, Gary Harris was a renowned professional wrestler in the Southeast.
Are you messing with me here?
Ask him. Type in Bobby the Brain Heenan and tell me that's not Gary Harris's long lost twin brother. Yeah, as you do that, yeah, you can think about it. He is called the Kid. You watch him at WVUA 23, and I believe he was a world renowned. He was a locally renowned professional wrestler.
Yeah, that is Gary right there.
It's his brother.
Wow,
his long lost brother. So next time he's acting like he sometimes acts, just throw out Bobby the Brain, because Bobby was a bad guy in wrestling. He played a hothead per se, and Gary's never hot. So you can use that for when he acts up.
Good to know.
Yeah, there we go. Let's get this thing back on the rails here.
Let's do it.
I only brought up Obafemi because I knew you anchored and you asked me about him, and I did enjoy him. But we're going to start the program actually with basketball, with bad stuff. Alabama losing 100-77 to the Florida Gators, and frankly was hardly ever in it. Alabama was in it until, where's the scoring run? Was in it until 8:35 left on the clock in the first half. Oh my gosh! Latrell Wrightsell double free throw good. You ended up having Bediako double free throw good. Amari Allen layup good. Latrell Wrightsell double free throw good. So a 6-0 run for Alabama takes the lead at 22-20. And from there, Florida said, we done playing with you guys. Alex Condon layup good. Xavier Lee layup good. So they go on their own 6-point run. They go up by 4 and continue this run. I mean, Holloway got a 3-pointer. Latrell Wrightsell got a 3-pointer. So you're battling, but essentially you go from 22-20, a 22-20 lead to a 46-36 deficit at halftime in 8 minutes. So in 8 minutes, you go 26-14 run for the Florida Gators. And I called a 12-point loss. You called a little bit bigger than that, I believe, if I remember that from Friday. Alabama just absolutely decimated inside. Again, your post play when you're playing against these Florida big men has to be really strong, especially defensively, and it absolutely wasn't. And then you add that into the Alabama guards could not protect the basketball at all. 18 turnovers for the Crimson Tide, a season high in giveaways, yields 25 points off turnovers for the Florida Gators. And how many points did you get off turnovers? 0. A really, really, really disgusting game. Disgusting, honestly, effort from the Crimson Tide. And just as Coach Oates said on Friday, they broke our will a little bit in the SEC. They broke your will again. And this time, it didn't even break. It didn't last until 4 minutes left in the game. Your will didn't last until, 6 minutes left in the game. Your will didn't even make it to halftime.
Yeah, it was bad. Florida, the first SEC team in 20 years to score 70 points in the paint against a high major opponent. 72 points in the paint.
Go ahead.
You have a professional basketball player on your roster. You have a guy in Aiden Sherrill who has shown flashes, who emerged as one of the best, at blocking shots in the conference. You got Amari Allen back. There was all this talk about, Alabama is going to turn things around. They are not going to turn things around in the paint. It is a liability. You are completely right, Keith, in your comment. Remember a couple weeks ago, Bama being too inconsistent this year to win anything. This team is killing me. That's exactly how any fan or supporter of this team should feel right now.
You ever play NCAA? You ever play those games where you can play with an accelerated clock?
Yes.
I was obviously it will never happen in basketball, but I was just sitting there like, can we just have an accelerated clock?
There was because I'd say going into the start of the second half, you're like, yeah, maybe Alabama can make it happen. And then Florida gets up 20 by the under 16. You knew it was over right then and there.
Yeah, another slow second half start for the Crimson Tide. I think it was 10-0, right? Didn't they go scoring? I got so many tabs open on stat broadcast period 2. They went, They go Cheney Lou free throw, Hall layup, that's 3. Condon dunk is 5. Haw jumper is 7. Xavier Lee layup is 9. Condon free throw is 10. Condon layup is 12-0 run to open the second half. Yes. What are we doing at half? That's what I don't understand, because you've had this theme all year long with Coach Oates, and he's come to the post game locker rooms or come to the post game press conferences and the pregame press conferences talking about we've got to be better. Second half starts. What is happening at halftime to where everyone is either going to sleep? I mean, that's not what's happening, but like everyone is. Are you just is it dead silence in the locker room? Is it too much NATO's yelling in the locker? I have no idea what is happening at halftime to where everybody goes, well, now I got lead in my rear end and I cannot move and I don't play with strong effort. Like, are you not getting enough electrolytes? Do we need more Uncrustables? What do we need to do at halftime? Like something, the halftime formula needs to be entirely examined. From top to bottom, whether it's, hey, we're talking to them too long, we're not talking to them enough, we're throwing too many adjustments at them, we're not throwing enough adjustments at them. What's going on at halftime that Florida says, hey, we're going to just bang out a 12-0 run right here and end this game? Just, whatever y'all talking about at halftime, we're going to we're going to nip that in the butt and go ahead and end this game. And it's not just the Florida game. It has happened many times this year to where, oh, you're right, hanging in the game. Oh, you're falling into a bigger hole coming out of the halftime. I don't understand. Like, there are so many things, and Keith is right about the inconsistencies. There are so many things about this team that is driving me absolutely nuts to why, because you can see the talent on the floor. You could see the talent on the floor in LeBaron Philon. You could see the talent on the floor in Aiden Holloway. You can see the talent on the floor even in Aiden Sherrill, in my opinion, and Charles Bediako, NBA G League talent on the floor. Bediako looked like an absolute hoodanny on Sunday, fouling out. He had Ruben Chinilu was begging for more, was sitting there begging for more, was, come on, man, give me your best shot, G Leaguer. And they're chanting G League dropout, G League dropout. 6 and 5 for Charles Bediako, and fouls out. 2 turnovers for Bediako as well. You needed to play Sherrill and Bediako on the floor at the same time. Foul trouble for both those guys, and honestly, soft play for both of those guys eliminated that possibility. Noah Williamson gets his 5 minutes and looked just like Noah Williamson has looked all season long. 1 rebound for him. So you had no answer for Florida in the paint. None. At all. Chinilu with a double-double. Thomas Howell with 22 points. Condon with 25. I mean, Handlockton didn't do anything, but still 2 and 2 for Handlockton, and he's a big presence for them. I think that they showed you on Sunday where this basketball team is. Like, okay, the bar is at 10 with Florida. The bar is at 9 with Florida. They still got another rung that they can climb. Alabama is playing at a 5, at a 6, really. And if you want to win anything, I mean, let's reset here, Theo. We'll go back into the game, let's reset here. With this loss, you are now sitting here like you got to readjust your season goals. Your season goals always start off with, let's win the SEC regular season. Well, that goal is absolutely gone at this point. And so it wasn't gone on Sunday, but it is after the game. If you'd beat Florida, that goal would still be, a little out of reach, but still attainable. Now that goal is very much gone. You are sitting here at 4-4 in the league. Texas A&M 7-1. Texas A&M has a 3-game lead, and yeah, you've got Texas A&M coming to town next on Wednesday. But Texas A&M, they're gonna beat your butt anyways. If you can't protect the basketball, Texas A&M is gonna full court press buckyball you into a 15-point loss on Wednesday. And so you're gonna, okay, let's say you win. You're at a 2-point you're a 2-game deficit in the SEC standings. Yeah, and you're not playing Florida again. You're not playing A&M again. You're not playing Vanderbilt again. So your goals to win the SEC regular season are basically all but gone. So let's readjust here. Your next goal is the SEC tournament. Can you win the SEC tournament? All right. Well, the easiest way to do that is to make sure you have a top 4 seed, so you have a double bye And so who's the top 4 seeds right now? Texas A&M at 7-1, Florida at 7-2. Vandy and Arkansas are both at 6-3 in the standings. You've got Kentucky at 6-3, Tennessee, Missouri. Tennessee is at 5-3. Missouri and Auburn are at 5-4, all above you in the standings. Now, obviously, some of these teams have games to shake out as far as bye weeks go, this, that, and the other. But basically, you're sitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th in the league. If the season ended today, you're sitting 9th in the league, and you're playing on, what would that end up being? Wednesday, right?
Yeah, you're playing day 1 or day 2.
Day 2, right. Wednesday is the back 4 teams, 12 through 16, I believe. So you're playing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, all the way through a tournament. You are sitting there. The 4-loss line has you with how many teams above you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams above you. You're basically tied for 7th right now, and you're playing Auburn here coming up soon, so you can get above them. You've already beaten Missouri, so if you just tie them back in the win column, you'll be above them. You've lost to Florida. Or excuse me, you lost to Tennessee. You've beaten Kentucky. You've lost to Vandy. You've lost to Florida, and you got A&M coming up ahead of you. So basically, every team that's above you, you've lost to. You still get to play Arkansas here coming up soon, but the goals are shifting. And I'm going to take you back one step further. Theo's take last week that Alabama will not make the Sweet 16. And I've got people in my group chats on Sunday. What's going on? Oh, what's the problem? And they're all doing the anti-Bama hater stuff. Can't win with an NBA player. Okay, great. But the fact of the matter is, this team, Sweet 16 is the max. I mean, Elite 8 is really the max. Like, if you squeezed out that last percentage of juice, but Sweet 16 is probably the realistic max for this team. And I don't think you're not making it out of the first weekend take from last week is as nuts as I felt like it was in the moment.
And then on that note, Alabama is going to have its worst seed in a long time this year, I believe. We can see Alabama on the 9 line. I mean, that is not ridiculous to say at this point when you look at a team that the record is not there. You're 14-7. That doesn't stand out in any way. We talked about you've got those games with A&M, with Arkansas, which good thing for this team that they get to host those 2 games, right? You got Tennessee and Knoxville, I believe. You got Auburn twice. Those are all games that are very losable heading forward. And, good thing you got an LSU with South Carolina in that schedule. You'll play a Georgia team that's been solid. Like, there are just so many losable games left on this schedule for Alabama, where there is a world where this team does not reach 20 regular season wins, which is just, did anyone think that was possible heading into the season? Did we see this team failing to hit 20? No, it's ridiculous, but that is where we could be. In fact, let's take a look. How many games does this team have left?
They have 8, I believe. 9, I believe. Hold on, I'll get you to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
10.
8, 9, 10 left. 10 left, and they need 6 wins to get to 20 to get to 20 wins on the year.
Yeah, I could see this team going 5-5. I mean, it's not likely. You should win 6, but you're telling me you split with Auburn, you lose to an A&M team that looks better than you right now. You lose to an Arkansas team that, yes, they just lost to Kentucky, but they're good. You go into Georgia, and I mean, that is a Bulldogs team that can score points fast, that can play at a fast pace and, make a lot happen. Then you go in and can't beat Tennessee and Knoxville again, which I would expect Alabama to lose that game. In fact, if there was one game on this schedule remaining, I would pick for Alabama to lose, like, as a lock. It would be that Tennessee game. Nate Oates unable to beat that program.
I've got 6 wins left. 7. I've got 7 wins left.
Yeah, I think you will hit 20. I think you'll end up going 6-4 down the stretch, but I could see it ending at 19.
I can as well. I've got 7 wins that I'm counting just on my hands. Losing this week to A&M, losing at Auburn, winning at Ole Miss, winning against South Carolina. You're going to beat Arkansas because Coach kind of has Coach Calipari's number. You are going to win at LSU and Mississippi State, so that's 5. Yep. Losing to Tennessee, you can coin flip it with Georgia, honestly, at Georgia, and then I think you're going to win the Auburn home game. So I've got 6 on my sheet with maybe a 7th.
Yeah, I think Auburn, you're going to split.
That's why I had them losing this coming Saturday and winning the finale.
Joe, so you are forecasting a world where
21 and whatever that is.
Yeah, you're forecasting
21-8, 21-9.
Alabama losing the next 2 games, dropping to 4-6 in SEC play with 4 out of 5 losses. That'll give us another very fun week of talking about this team if those results hold. Man, A&M is a big game. A&M is first of all, the Aggies are not ranked still somehow.
That'll change here about an hour.
It's going to change, yes. I forget the poll comes out today.
About an hour, so that will adjust and change.
And they will take our spot in the poll. And Alabama is not a top 25 team.
So, Theo, I had one huge takeaway. Well, maybe it's not huge, but one main takeaway from the loss yesterday.
What is it?
My main takeaway from the loss yesterday is that Florida looks like a team that has been playing together and has continuity and started in, their non-conference play wasn't amazing. They had some issues in non-conference play, particularly with the guard play, I believe, losing their season opener to Arizona, losing to TCU, losing to Duke and UConn in back-to-back games. They opened up SEC play with a loss to Missouri, but then they have gone on a run, winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the last 8 games in SEC play. And to me, Florida looks like a team that has taken a few lumps in non-conference play, but worked through them. Looks like a team that has been coached hard. It looks like a team that is deliberate. Looks like a team that knows their system. Looks like a team that's committed to winning. And so to me, it's like, wow, this looks like a team that has developed through the year. Has started off at a, just put a number on it. Started off at a 7, and now they're playing at a 9, right? And you can see them getting to a 10 by the end of the year, right? Yes. Alabama looked like a team on Sunday that started the season at a 6 and is still playing at a 6. Started the season at a 6, and like a lot of that's where the gray area comes in for me right now, Theo, is the injury factor. What is the injury factor? How much can you quantify it? How much is the impact? Because on Sunday, it looked like a team that didn't know defensive coverages, didn't know defensive switches, that didn't understand where they needed to be, who they needed to pick up. There wasn't good communication on the defensive end to where you're letting easy buckets, 72 deadgum points in the paint. You're letting easy buckets get you in actions and movements and screens. And you can talk about, are they setting illegal screens, this and that? Are they laying in the paint too long? Okay. I don't want to talk about officiating. I don't care about that. Right. Exactly. It doesn't matter. You're not in the right place to physically challenge these men, and they're dunking all over you. And it's just one-way traffic on the Florida offensive end. And then you get to the other side, and it's Alabama on offense, and it's turnover after turnover. And to me, it looks like a team that, I haven't really played a lot of offense with this group or with that group, or with the groupings and pairings just don't look cohesive. They still look like you're playing at the rec because you're still trying to figure it out. And I want to give Coach Oates, his adequate credit, but I also want to, ask where the line is to criticize him, because you have the team just did not look like any better than they have looked in November. And now a lot of it is, Collins is out. You thought you were going to play with him. Davion Hannah, best perimeter defender. And Coach, I wish you would just stop calling these new players. This is the best shooter I've ever had in this program. This is the best perimeter defender I've had in this program since Herb Jones. I just stop saying these superlatives. But okay, you're down on Collins. You get him for 2 games, he's out. He barely plays. Noah Williamson hurt in the summer, sick in the summer, doesn't really get integrated into the team. Jaleel Bethea, busted toe in the summer, doesn't really get integrated with the team. You end up having Davion Hannah, medical issue. Okay, was looking like a dog, now is on the bench. You end up with Latrell Wrightsell, still not fully recovered from the Achilles all the way up until about a week ago, it seems like. And still, I would say it's a question mark. And so you've had him on the sidelines. Well, how much has he been practicing? How much has he been working since November with this team, since October with this team, when camp really actually opened? You've got LeBaron, who has how can he handle the weight and the pressure of being the guy and being the usage player, the player who the ball's in your hand all the time? Well, full body cramps a couple of weeks ago, and he's got a couple problems with his body. Okay, Aiden Holloway, busted up wrist. He's been in and out of the lineup, and so it's just like, where do you quantify this? Aiden Sherrill, full body cramps. It doesn't matter. Pick a guy. Taylor Bowen, busted up hand, in and out of the lineup. And so Keaton Bristow, rebounding monster. All we heard in the summer was Keaton Bristow plays like Dennis Rodman, goes after everything. He's a monster. Kenneth Faried is who I think he's a more modern type player. But boom, busted up ankle, and boom, now lower body injury, long-term injury. We don't know when he's coming back. Let's go get Charles Bediako because we can. First off, because we can. The rules have been so circumvented and so muddy that we can. But, people, G League dropout, and you would too, and I would too. If that was in my gym, I would be at the front of the building. G League dropout, G League dropout. But the man has not played with this team, this group, this cohesive, this non-cohesive group, for very long. It's been 2 weeks that he's been back in town and been playing with this group. And so, does he know where he needs to be at all times? It's been a long time since he was playing in the NATO system. And so it's not like a seamless fit. I mean, it's about as close as you can get, but it's not a seamless fit. There's still transition time happening. So to me, my takeaway Sunday was, Florida looks like a team that's been playing together for 2 or 3 years, who had some early season hiccups and has been worked through it and coached through it, and now they are on an absolute roll. And Alabama looks like a team that is still trying to figure out their lineups and still trying to figure out their rotations and still trying to figure out who's communicating what and who's responsible for what, and Florida cuts through you like hot knife through butter.
Absolutely, Joe. And one of the things I noticed that with was Amari Allen, where you would see stretches throughout the game when
same with Grant Hill,
when Philon or Holloway would get him the ball at the 3-point line, clearly expecting a shot to go up, and you just see Allen not really know what to do with it, dribble it in, not really attempt to drive even, where you're just taking up time, not setting anything up, and then kicking it right back out. The offense just looked really clunky, and I'm going to take you guys into a 2-minute stretch in the first half that I think perfectly sums up this game. To start, Xavier Lee makes a transition layup coming off of a missed 3-pointer by Allen. This makes it 26-22 Florida with 7.5 minutes in the first half. So we're at the tail end of Alabama being competitive in this game. Alabama has a 20-second offensive possession. Wrightsell finds Holloway, who nails a 3. Florida gets down the court in 14 seconds. Xavier Lee makes a layup. You get right back in the paint. Bama takes another 22 seconds. Holloway finds Wrightsell. You make a 3. Congrats. Alabama goes 14 of 34 on 3-pointers. You shot good. If you had a bad shooting day, you would have lost this game by 35. But yeah, you shot good. You kept yourself in it.
40% from behind the arc. 41.
So, Wrightsell drains that 3 right there. You're feeling good. Everything's, going well. You don't get back on defense, and next thing you know, Alex Condon has a wide open slam. There is nobody back on defense.
In seconds.
Exactly. And that right there summed up the game. Alabama, you'd get some good things going offensively. You'd make a 3 once in a while, and then just no awareness, no readiness, no cohesiveness defensively. Alabama turned it over. The next possession, Florida would get another wide open layup in the paint, and Alabama would not lead again. That's your ball game right there.
Yeah,
that is a unit that Nate Oates, you talk about the superlatives. Oh, I think this is my best shooting team I've ever had.
Who cares?
Well, your team cannot hang defensively with these top teams. Your team can't put together a full game. And is it the injuries? I don't know. Is it the leadership? Is it? You can highlight a million different things about this team and why it's struggling. This team is not there. This team does not have it. And no amount of great shooting nights or great offensive performances are going to change that.
Yeah, that's why I think you need to adjust your goal to win the SEC tournament. And so your goals for these next 10 games is to get yourself into a top 4 seed. If you can get yourself into a top 4 seed and maybe over these 10 games, develop some chemistry, work through some problems, develop some cohesion, and, not have any injuries so everybody can play together and figure out what everybody wants to do, then maybe you can go on a run in Nashville, because I do think the talent is still there. Yes. I do think the talent is still in the building and can compete with anyone. That's what's so frustrating with Sunday's performance is I think that Florida looked like a team that was very deliberate, that was very intentional, and I feel like Alabama had no intentionality at all on the offensive end and no real grit on the defensive end, no real attention to detail on the defensive end, and Florida absolutely walks right through you.
And Joe, remember, we were here 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That 2024 Alabama team
could not defend at all.
There were some of the worst performances you've seen from a team that would go on to make a Final Four.
Sure.
Right?
So it's still like, don't jump off a cliff yet, but you need to adjust the expectations over these 10 games. We need to throw out, we're going to try to win the SEC. We need to develop some chemistry and develop some momentum and develop some hey, we're playing hot going into the tournament.
Is there any particular thing that in your eyes would make this season at this point right now a success for Alabama? Like if you could just flip us, if Alabama, make the Sweet 16, yeah, we're happy. Like, is there a bar for success for this team? Or no, because just what a weird season it's been.
If you win any tournament title, you're happy. You win the SEC tournament, I'm happy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with the Sweet 16 appearance, but I wouldn't say quite happy. I would say, yeah, they did about what they probably could have done. Is that make me happy? I don't know. An Elite Eight appearance would make me happy. I would say, wow, they really went the extra mile. I think.
Yeah.
Really, you got to avoid some of these blowouts. If you lose in games because, you make or miss, it's a make or miss league, it's a make or miss game, like, okay. But you just weren't really even competitive on Sunday. And so that's what sends me into, like, just irate irritation land is you weren't even really competitive. And Todd Golden talked all kind, like, 2 weeks, talked 2 weeks of mess. We're going to beat him anyways. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're going to beat him anyways. And I don't really care that he left his players in there a long time, and they were still flying down the court with 90 seconds left to score 94, 96, 98, and then 100.
And guess who got the 100?
Olivier.
Alabama making history, letting Olivier Rue become the tallest player to score in an SEC game.
Yeah.
And you watch the way he got it.
It was a tip back, wasn't it?
It was. I missed the shot, but it's okay. And obviously, 7-9, sure, you can grab a rebound. But nope, I'm just going to body Alabama in the paint. Just embarrassing. Insult to injury for the Crimson Tide.
All right, so we'll see how the season progresses on Wednesday with the match. Look, we could talk all day about Bucky McMillan and Texas A&M. It's a big game. It's a big game, not just because of where you are in the SEC and trying to get a top 4 seed. It's a big game socially, I would imagine, because you've got a high school basketball coach from Birmingham who's about to bring a team into Tuscaloosa and really take Alabama to the limit. And the emotions are stirring because of all of that. So it's a big game on Wednesday.
Great story.
Yeah, absolutely. Theo, let's transition real quick to football. Let's go to the voicemail line. We've got our friend Robert. You can call us on the voicemail line at 205-462-7340. Before we do that, we have to tell you that the program is brought to you by Purple Turtle Roofing. We're not just another contractor, we're your neighbor and your advocate when it comes to protecting your home or business. With years of hands-on experience, top-tier certification, and a commitment to excellence, we've built a reputation as Alabama's go-to roofing solution. We specialize in residential roofing, commercial roofing, emergency storm repairs, full-on roof replacements, insurance claim support, and more. Call them at 877-787-6635 for your free roof inspection today. They'll come out, make sure that your roof is good to go, let you know if you got any trouble spots, any broken shingles, any lost shingles. They'll make sure that your roof is good to go for the storm season that is always ahead this spring. Call them at 877-787-6635 today. And call us on the voicemail line at 205-462-7340, extension 800. That's exactly what Robert and Brookwood did.
Joe, Robert from Brookwood, hope all is well. Basketball is an embarrassment. I thought this earlier in the year. They're soft, just like the football team. You just can't let a coach talk about you like that, the opposing team, and you come out and play like that. They act like they don't want to play. They may be 5 stars, but their ability on the court, their attitude is just horrible. This is his worst team since he's been here. I don't know what to do. He don't call timeouts. Another team can go on a 20-0 run. He doesn't call timeouts. I'm not. I love Oates, but there's just some things that just drive you crazy. As far as Florida and their punk coach, what do you expect from him? They act like they ain't never won a game after they beat us the other day. Plus, he was an assistant at Auburn, so that tells the story there about the punk coach at Florida. It's just basketball is very frustrating. God, it's just frustrating. I think the NCAA might get us because we deliberately played Biaco. I don't know. It's just a long year, and I just wish basketball would hurry up in. Have a good one, guys.
As Robert from Brookwood joining us, like I said, 2 o'clock. I wanted that game to be over. As soon as that run happened with 8 minutes left in the game, I was like, yeah, we don't need to watch the second half.
Robert's just ready to hit the simulate button on the season and get us to
he's not wrong.
April. Yeah, it's hard to argue with that. And hey, then we're in SEC playing baseball, and then everything will be good for this, what should be a very fun Alabama team.
Theo, at some point this week, I want to get a baseball preview from you.
Excellent.
Not today.
Well, my Just a Minute today on BamaCentral.com will be about the baseball team, what I saw from some of the scrimmages the team had this weekend. And
okay.
Some analysis, breakdown of it, and it's going to be a fun season there.
Got a bunch of flame-throwing arms from the mound?
That's the one iffy area for this team.
All right. We'll see. We'll see what happens with the baseball team. We'll get a baseball report from Theo here in the next few days. Let's finish the program up. You got about 10 minutes left. Let's finish the program up with football because, man, did you see Marquise Mays? Marquise Mays did not like this addition. Alabama bringing in a transfer portal running back, Khalifa Keith. Khalifa Keith from Birmingham, Alabama. Parker Thundering Herd becomes the third Parker Thundering Herd player on the team. Quick trivia. Can you name the other two? Wait for it. Don't let them think.
Yeah.
Let them think. 2, 1. If you said Jeremiah Beeman, there's the easy one for you. And if you said Caleb Wilson, it's Wilson, right? From the transfer from Washington. Yes. There's the other. So now you have 3 Parker Thundering Herd players. Khalifa Keith comes in by way of App State at 6'1", 217, and people are
I think
not
he's 235.
Oh, that I'm looking at his huddle tape, so that's high school. Khalifa Keith. Let's find out exactly what he was on the App State roster. 6'1", 235, big man. Big fella coming in for the Crimson Tide, and everybody was unhappy because he has basically no statistics at all, playing at Tennessee and at App State. 3 years in college, played 2023 in 12 games, 11 attempts, 24 yards. He played in 4 games for the Volunteers in 2024, played in 4 games, 21 attempts, 100 yards, 1 catch for 8 yards. He scored a touchdown as well, rushing touchdown. And then last year for App State, played in 6 games, 3 attempts, 8 yards. So not very much production. 35 college rushing attempts for 132 yards and 1 touchdown, 1 reception for 8 yards for Khalifa Keith. And I would just say, fellas and ladies, if you're upset about this, take a deep breath. Like, you got to get another body. How much did you really use Dre Washington this past year? Hardly ever.
No, and that's one of the things that we were talking about a few weeks ago when you were talking about wanting another body in the room. And I'm kind of been on the tape, as most people have, that we don't need any more production. Like, if the guys that you have on this roster isn't enough to support a run game for a season, you're not going to fix it right now. I'm sorry, you didn't bring in Hollywood Smothers, and we shouldn't be comparing.
Was Adrian Peterson available in the trade transfer portal?
No. Like, who we're going to get? We shouldn't be comparing this to the lens of a Hollywood Smothers replacement, or, oh, you lost out on this guy and this is who you're bringing in. Like, no, I'm sorry. Like, that fell through. It happened. It's over. And now you're giving a guy a chance to return home, be a depth piece on this team, fill out the room, help us get scout team practice reps for the guys. And there's no reason to be upset about this.
Well, look at the composition of the running back room, and I would ask you, what happened last year when Daniel Hill got dinged up here and there? Now, Daniel played through a lot of things, but he had a couple games, or he had a couple moments where, he's dinged up, and dinged up in fall camp as well, going into that Florida State game. And you didn't really have another power back in the stable. So now, I mean, to me, it becomes obvious. It becomes obvious that this is another scholarship running back, and you're now up to 6, I believe, which is where you were last year, numbers-wise. And I think it's very clear that the staff wants to carry at least 6 scholarship running backs. I mean, you used dadgum nearly every one of them last year. So let's say you went into the year with 5, and all 5 of them went hurt. You're going to want this Khalifa Keith young man on the team. Now, you look at his kind of not the same play style, but usage role. Dre Washington played in 12 games last year. How many carries did he get, Theo?
6.
Not a bad guess. He got 14. He got 14 for 59 yards, 1 catch for 15 yards. So it wasn't like they asked Dre Washington, hey, will you save the running back room? No, it was, hey, we need another body in case, A.K. Deere is not quite ready, in case Jam Miller gets hurt, in case Kevin Riley gets hurt, in case Daniel Hill gets hurt. And what happened? They almost all of them got hurt. Richard Young, in case Richard Young gets dinged up. Okay. And so this is like, it's very clearly just a numbers addition. Are you expecting him to be RB1? No. If you were thinking that Alabama was shopping for an RB1 in the transfer portal, you misjudged where the running back room is, and you misjudged the staff, and you misjudged the transfer portal.
Yeah, because quite frankly, there's talent in this room. I mean, the expectation is that Daniel Hill improves off what he did this year, that A.K. Deere is ready to take a jump into being a feature-type back, that Kevin Riley, I mean, look, he gave us enough good things last year, right? Kevin Riley had his moments, and you anticipate the development of that over the course of the year with an offensive line that can hopefully better block for running backs. And then you've got Xavier Crowell, who, look at the hype around him, man. Everybody is expecting this guy to come do something. Why in the world would Alabama need another big-time running back? And you've got Trayshawn Brown, the 3-star freshman from Huntsville, Texas, alongside Keith now as the depth pieces in this room. I feel totally content with the state of the running back group.
Yes, you're going into 26. You're going into the spring season like, all right, this is a good group right here. This is a well-rounded good group. And here's the other aspect, Theo. I have no solid information here, so here's a guess. But what do we think they offered Khalifa Keith in NIL to come here?
Yeah, you guys do the math on what he is getting, what he was.
I mean, so when you were talking about Moneyball a couple of weeks ago and spending the money wisely and looking for the right additions and looking for guys that are hungry and looking for guys that are fit, it lines up perfectly. You're not going to throw, I don't even want to throw out a number, but you're not going to throw $500,000 at a running back who's going to be sitting 5th and 6th in the depth chart. So because they're sitting 5th and 6th in the depth chart, you got to find a guy who looks like they're about 5th and 6th in the depth chart, kind of a player. And so you say, we're going to pay you X instead of a big old chunk of change and use up all our NIL budget on a 6'3" running back. No, they're probably giving him some gift cards. They're probably giving him, hey man, what are the restaurants on the strip? Moe's. You're giving you Buffalo Fields. No free ads, but y'all are all getting one right now. Chipotle gift card. You're getting what's the standard pizza gift card. You're getting they're not there anymore.
No, I just don't like them.
Oh, okay. Taco Bell. You're getting Houndstooth Grill. Like, hey,
Baumhauer's has a lot of gift cards for them.
that's exactly. Like, so you are value shopping right here at this point in the transfer portal, and I think you landed with a really, really solid addition to the running back. Is he greatest running back ever? No, but he's a guy who can fill in the Daniel Hill power back role and give you another body in case somebody busted their pinky.
Joe, I've got to bring this up now.
Please.
Because it just popped into my head. Does Taco Casa still promote the Alabama Crimson Tide program?
Taco Casa. They got a lot of what you like. I would. My guess is yes.
When the Aggies come to town this year, what will Taco Casa be displaying?
Nothing. They'll be displaying their own logo.
They'll be neutral.
Yeah. They'll be displaying their own logo.
Just food for thought there. Just popped in my head there.
Crunchy, food for thought. A little cheesy, food for thought.
Now, Will, I've got a free gift card that I got at one of the football games for a free meal. I wonder if I can still cash that in.
At Taco Casa?
Yeah.
If it's not expired, I'm sure you can.
No expiration date on there. I'm going to try some, what are this, hamburger tacos?
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
There we go.
Taco burger.
Taco burger. There we go.
It's like a burger. It's like a taco on a hamburger bun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hayden Proctor's a big fan. So
I'm more partial to the messy nachos. That's kind of where I usually like to go.
Well, we'll see how that is.
But you can't eat messy nachos in the car. Like Taco Casa is not. You know how Taco Bell you can go through and get a bunch of burritos and you can eat in the car on a road trip. Taco Casa is very good food, but it's not necessarily drive-through car food. It's drive-through, pick it up, come back to a dinner table and eat it.
Interesting,
in my opinion. Right,
okay.
Right, yeah. So and it's good. Theo, so we talked about Khalifa Keith. We talked about Alabama basketball and their state of disarray. Is there anything else on your brain? You got about 2 minutes left before you to go to Spanish class. ¿Cómo estás, y tú?
Yeah, I got a 71 on my first Spanish test.
We're passing.
Friday,
we're passing.
Yeah, we're rolling. I got to say, shout out to Tourist Lemgley, breaking the NCAA record for the 3,000 meter at the Milrose Games, which
That's not human.
The Armory in NYC place. I've been many times, actually. Great venue. And it's one of the biggest indoor track events in the world.
She's not human.
She holds the UA mile record, right? This is a long distance runner who just casually has run the fastest mile in program history. That sums it up right there. I mean, she's just unreal, man.
Not human.
Is going to win a gold medal in 2028 in Los Angeles. She is going to win a 5th national championship this spring. Like, just what? I don't know what she can't do. It's crazy.
Yeah, if you're not into track and field, I understand that, but I would encourage you to check out Doris Lemengole in any event that you can. It'll cost you 12. It'll cost you 8 to 12 minutes. 3,000 meter is
her time was 8 minutes 31 seconds.
Right, so it's not going to cost you that much time, and you will be amazed. You will be, and you watch her on the steeplechase. She's won multiple time national champion with steeplechase. You will be amazed. Her legs look like just siphons, just pistons inside a car. Are the way her legs move rhythmically and consistently, and she is just an absolutely beautiful runner, and you should be taking advantage of her time in Tuscaloosa, because you will see her on the Olympic stage, like no doubt about that.
She will be there, and this is the best athlete on campus right now.
Yeah,
she won the 3,000 meter steeplechase as a freshman, won it and broke the record as a sophomore. And she is going to win it each of the next 2 years and presumably break the record each time.
a very moving athlete,
Yes.
in my opinion. So yeah, good shout out right there. You good for the day, Theo?
I'm good. That's everything.
All right. So we will be back tomorrow. Brax Garrison told me he'll come in tomorrow. That'd be great. I hope he does. Maybe he'll be if he pivots on us and punts on us, it's because he'll be on a roof, on a purple turtle roof. Call them at 877-787-6635. But should he make it, we're going to be talking about his five favorite transfer portal. So Theo, get your 5 favorite transfer portal players. I think we kind of did it a little bit last week, but I want to revisit it, give Brax a layup to kind of walk into. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about spring practice ahead. We'll talk a little bit about buckyball. We'll talk about a lot of things right here in the Derry Daniel State Farm Studios. This is the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central, BamaCentral.com.